Excuse my appearance, we were painting the house. But I want to come in real quick and make some of these delicious cookies. I'm going to show you a secret that the bakeries use to make awesome cookies. Any cookie you make using this tip will make them lighter and, it's a chemical reaction. I don't know how to describe it, but it definitely makes a difference in your cookies. So let's get started. Okay, so here's what you want to do first. You want to grab 2 sticks of butter, and I use salted butter. And you're going to think there's a lot of salt in this recipe, but there really isn't. Okay? And I'll explain why you want to use salted butter here in a moment. 2 sticks, and make sure they're room temperature. You want them room temperature. Alright, and to those 2 sticks of butter, you're going to add 1 cup of sugar, regular sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. Oh, I guess I should tell you what I'm making, huh? I'm making a triple chip chocolate chip cookie. Okay, and you're going to want that to come together with your mixer. As soon as I turn this on, though, I am going to shut the camera off because of the noise. After that is mixed together, you're going to want to add your egg. Hold on a second, let me get a little scraper here. I thought I saw somebody at my back door. You're going to add 2 beaten eggs. Alright, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Alright, and I know you can't see my face, I just want to make sure you can see how I'm making the cookies. Okay, I'm going to turn this on real quick. I'm just going to have to take play through, guys. Okay, then you're going to add 3 cups of flour with half a teaspoon of salt. I know you've got the salted butter in there, but you still want to add the half a teaspoon of salt. The reason is it enhances the taste of the cookie, and it also, I don't know how to explain this. It enhances the flavor of the sweetness of the cookie without making it too sweet. You kind of want a balance of your sweet, and this helps to balance the cookie by adding that half a teaspoon of salt on top of the salted butter. Okay, let me make sure I'm recording here. Yes. Okay, you want to add in the cornstarch and the water. I didn't get mine stirred up as well as I should have, but that's alright. There we go. Okay, we're going to turn this back on for just a second to blend this in there. Okay, I don't want to overbeat it, but I do want it in there. Alright, then you're going to add your chips. A lot of times they add just, and if they do this at the bakery too, they just added just chocolate chips. But for me, I like to add 3 different chips to mine. I think it gives it a really good flavor. I do a white chocolate chip, semi-chocolate chip, and a dark chocolate. And I add about 2.5 cups. If you were going to add nuts, I would only add about 2 cups of the chips and a cup of the walnuts or whatever nut you're adding. If you're not adding the nuts, I would add 2.5 cups of the chips. Okay, let's stir these in real quick. Okay, just a little bit. And then what I like to do, because I don't want to overwork my batter, that's one thing they taught us is any batter. You don't want to overwork it. I know a lot of people say, you know, don't overwork pie dough or biscuits. But basically, I was taught, don't overwork any type of batter. Okay? You throw this in the sink. And I'm just using my little thing here. And I'm going to fold in the rest of those chips. Another thing too is by folding in your chips after that initial, you know, getting them started, is you're not breaking them up. You're not breaking down the chips or anything. Oh yeah. This looks nice, guys. This looks real nice. Okay, you're going to want to preheat your oven on 350. And I'm going to put these on parchment paper and not the pan. I recommend putting them on parchment paper because if you put them on parchment paper after you take them out of the oven, you can slide them on your counter and that will will stop them from cooking. Where if you leave them on the pan, they will continue to cook. So you can actually have your cookies get overdone on you that way. So, little tip, as well as the baking soda and the water, is use parchment paper. As soon as they come out of the oven, slide them off the pan onto a surface, your countertop, to stop the cooking process. And then you won't have any overdone cookies. Anyway, this is how it looks. I'll get my pans ready and we'll be back. Okay guys, I use this little scoop right here to scoop my cookies out. Now with clean hands, just take your hand, try getting them in a ball and squish them down. Oh, and I forgot how these spread out. With my scoop, I only do 3 because they do spread out. And I kind of don't like them when they touch. So, you can use teaspoon, tablespoon, make them as big or as little as you want. But understand it will change the cooking time. Okay? These take me anywhere from 13 to 14 minutes. So there's my pan. I'm going to put it in the oven at 350. And I will bring you back when they're done. Okay, while we're waiting on the cookies to get done, I made another pan, by the way. But since just me and my husband, I'm only making 2 pans because we will eat them all because they're very addictive. So what I've done is taking my dough, and as you can see here, I pushed it out into low shape, but try to get as even as you can because when you take these out of the freezer, you can just cut them. This dough is excellent to freeze. You cook them up, it'd be just like you just made the dough. It's fantastic. Anyway, I wrap them in plastic. And then I take parchment paper, which I guess you don't have to do if you don't want to. I just like, oh, not a parchment paper. Okay. Okay, I found some more paper. Excuse the airplane. We've got a plane that keeps going by and I don't know why. We have fields behind us. We live out in the country now, so they'll probably fertilize the fields. I hope not, because I have an organic garden and I don't want them spraying that stuff over my garden. Okay. Get this out. Put this in here, and all I do is I roll it up in this. Okay. I twist my side. And fold it under. Twist one way on one side, and another way on the other side, and fold that under. And the reason I do this too, like I said, you can leave it just in the plastic. I do this because a lot of times, like in the fall, I'll make a whole bunch of cookies. 3 chip, and then I'll put the date so I know when I made it. Because in the fall, a lot of times, and especially at Christmas, I'll make like 6 or 7 different types of cookies. And oh, I got a little bit too much that time. And then I'll just stick them in the freezer. So depending on what kind of cookie I feel like, I just take that roll out of the freezer. So this helps because I can write on it and know what cookies they are, and also put the date. So on this one, I'm just writing 3 chip and the date. And then I just put them in the freezer like that, and then when I want to have it, I get it out, and while it's still frozen, you can let it thaw out, but I'm impatient. So I just cut it, and then I'll cut it again in halves, and put it on my cookie sheet. Just cut it however big you want it. There's no right or wrong in that. Put them on your cookie sheet, and cook them till they're done at 350. Okay, so these are going in my freezer, and they are done. Okay guys, here's our cookies. And like I said, take them off your pan. Give me 1 second, I'll be right with you. Okay, these cookies took me a total of 15 minutes in my oven at 350, but after about 12 minutes I would check them and see if they're where you'd like them to be. And mine are good sized cookies. But let me grab my camera off of here so you can have a good look at them. There we go. Let's get the shadow out of the way. There you go. These are so good, guys. As you can tell, I only have 2 cookies in the cookie jar out of that one batch. Reason being, my lovely husband is helping somebody build a chicken coop. And he came home and ate 3 before he left, and then grabbed some more to take with him for his friend Rich, and left me with 2 cookies. But I still got the other batch in the oven. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll try to make more videos like this with bakery secrets from different things we made in the bakery. Hope you guys have a good night or good day, whichever time of day it is you're watching this, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye!